Okay, everyone, this is week 4, and this week's lecture, quote unquote, is going to look quite a bit different to you, primarily because I want it to be super accessible for you. It really is extremely similar to what you did last week in learning the different functions of nominatives, genitives, datives, and accusatives. But this week, the only new material we're really introducing is prepositions, primarily just because it's a lot of material. So the way I've presented it to you is in the form of an Excel sheet that you see in front of you here that really just allows you to access the information quickly. And I will say that I actually encourage you to create a new tab on this spreadsheet and see if you can make a similar cheat sheet for your nouns as well, because then you can kind of keep it all in one place. I didn't want to do it for you because I think it'd be good practice for you to do that, but let me just walk you through kind of how you can access the information on this spreadsheet. So what I've given you here is a preposition, and I've divvied them up in different colors. So orange is one preposition, and in this case, the 5 different ways it can be interpreted. Then there's blue, and it alternates back and forth. So here's what you do. The first column is going to be the Greek word. The second column is the English transliteration, which means the English letter equivalents of that particular preposition. So in this case, it's APO, apa is how it's pronounced. The third column is what case of noun accompanies this preposition. So if I were to say, go away from here, here would be in the genitive because apa always takes a genitive noun as its partner. Okay, and I'll show you what that looks like in the text. The fourth column is the sense of the preposition, and this is where you have to start interpreting. So basically when you look at the text that I'm asking you to look at, you'll search for the preposition, you'll confirm the case, because sometimes they can take different cases, as in the next set below that you see there, but confirm the case, and then start to interpret the sense of this particular preposition. Is it separation? Is it source? Is it cause? Is it partitive? Is it agency? And the way you'll know that is by using the different keywords that are associated in column 5, labeled as translation. Okay, so this is the entire lecture. It's just a selection of prepositions in Greek with their transliteration, the case that can accompany them, the sense, and the translation. So let me now pull up your homework for this week. So what I've done here is I've asked you to open up your Logos or your Accordance, and look for the prepositions listed. And I'll show you how to do that shortly. And then write what case accompanies them, what the sense is, the translation, and the citation. And all I'm asking you is to limit it to the book of Luke, so you can find any of the occurrences of these prepositions in the entire book of Luke. So here's what I want you to do. If you're in Accordance, what you'll do is you'll open up your NA28 Greek New Testament with a parallel in English, and then you want to make sure that you switch it to words instead of verses, and then you want to limit your range to Luke. So if you don't already have Luke as a specific range, you can go to define range, which I showed you how to do that a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to choose Luke, and then all you need to do is look at the transliteration column, in this case APO, and go to your Accordance and just type in the letters APO, and you'll actually see Greek letters show up, and then hit enter. Sorry, it decided it wanted to fill in a word. All right, so now I have every occurrence of that preposition in the Gospel of Luke. Make sure it doesn't try to autofill the rest of the word in there for you. And so what you'll need to do, and I'll just go ahead and take the occurrence of it in Luke 126 off the table, and I'll show you how to do this. So I'm looking at this occurrence of Apah, which if I look over in Luke in the English, it says in the sixth month, the angel Gabriel was sent from God to a city of Galilee named Nazareth. So the word in question here in English is from. So what I want to do is and the noun is in the genitive. So if you hover over the noun that comes right after it and look down on your screen, it'll tell you it's a masculine singular genitive in the information or the instant details. All right. So I know I have this preposition with the genitive. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to type in genitive here. And then I have to decide on the sense. So here I'll open up my cheat sheet. I have Apah. And of these, I would say that this one makes the most sense. From or out of, with the sense of source. So just to confirm that, I look back and say Gabriel was sent from God. That's implying that God is the source of the sending. Okay, so that's how I make sense of that. So I will go back here. I will type in source. Translation from, citation Luke 1. Actually, everything is going to be from Luke, so just type the chapter and the verse. So I'm going to want you to do that twice for every preposition listed here. All these prepositions occur in Luke, and I want a different sense for each of them. So I don't want another source of Apah. I want you to find a cause or something else like that. The rest of the homework is simply doing what you've done with nouns, just in a little bit of a different way, but you should be able to work with it. I just gave you a few examples of some nouns. All right. So have fun with that, and I look forward to seeing your answers on the forum.